This is it, we found it. This is the only livable house in Stanley Park. And today, we're moving in. Okay, I'll be honest, we're house sitting for a month. We won't live here permanently, but I'm gonna introduce you to David and Normande, who do live here and have lived here for the last 28 years. Oh, and by the way, if you don't know me, I'm Mike. Nice to meet you. Let's go inside and meet David and Normande. Today's move-in day.
Excellent, yeah. Come on in.
So you remember David from the 9 o'clock cannon gun. He's the groundskeeper, one of the groundskeepers here in Stanley Park. How much of this did you decor or came with it? What's the story behind the home?
I was 13 years on a waiting list to get into here. And then I got a call one day, so I said, absolutely, we'll do it. Yeah. And now we've been here 28 years later.
No way.
We're still here, yeah.
That's amazing. And so it's City of Vancouver?
Yeah, City of Vancouver. Yeah. Leases the land from the federal government.
Right. Oh, so, gotcha.
Yeah. So it's on like a 100-year lease.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
So it works out great. It was a great story. And
what's the history to the home? What was it originally built for? The home was
built in 1914.
Okay.
Okay, so it tells you it's over 100 years old.
Yeah. For some reason, you've asked me to house sit while you're gone.
I figured he was a good guy after all of his videos, and then when I saw his parents, I knew he was a really good guy.
So I have two responsibilities while living in this house. And Normande here would say the most important is to take good care of her garden, your incredible vegetable garden. And they're gonna need to be harvested while you're away.
Yeah,
and
that's you.
And so...
That's for you.
I'm glad we got a young guy helping us today.
Any final words, David?
It's a wonderful trip. We're gonna have fun.
Yeah. Well, you can relax. You don't have to worry about the house. I've got it covered.
So here is the keys to the empire, 1,000 acres in the middle of Vancouver, British Columbia. Whew. It's all yours. If we don't come back, it's still all yours. Yeah.
Okay, we've got the house key and the gate key.
Thank you, my friend.
Thank you. Enjoy your trip. See you soon. Goodbye. Aren't they great? Okay, in today's video, I'm gonna show you three things. The first is essentially my driveway to get from downtown through the park to here. Where is this house? How can you find it? Two, I'm gonna take you inside. I'm gonna give you a tour of the whole house. It's not that big, but it's pretty charming. And three, I'm gonna show you the two responsibilities that I have to do in order to stay here. I'm Mike, the channel is DownieLive. Let's get started. Now the first question is, where is it? Well, the best way to tell you is to show you. So to get here, you'll take the regular Stanley Park exit off Georgia Street, just like you normally would coming into Stanley Park, then stay right at the roundabout. Now you're on Stanley Park Drive, and the address you're looking for is 2800 Stanley Park Drive. So you could just stay on this road all the way around, but there is a shortcut just before the 9 o'clock gun. You'll see just past the totem poles here on the left, there is a little service road. Take a left there, that'll save you about a minute or two going around the edge. As you come out here, we're back onto Stanley Park Drive. Now stay left, and we're gonna head into the parking lot. This is paid parking for guests of the park. We are living in the park, so we don't have to park here. At the end of the parking lot is a sign for service vehicles only. We're not a service vehicle, but we live here, and the house we're going to is right behind it. So we're gonna cut through here, and this will take us to our driveway, where of course, we park for free. Now, all of the landscaping that you see here at the front of the house is taken care of by the city, mowing the lawns, watering and maintaining the front gardens, but the backyard is all up to Normande. And that's my job to water and care for those plants, and there are 4 sections to her garden that I need to show you. There's the upper deck, the main part of the garden, which is most of the backyard, the little secret hidden garden, and the greenhouse. This is where she gets all her seedlings started before they go in the garden. These are beets, and these are sweet peppers, and that's a squash. I don't have a garden at home, so Normande, I'm taking my job very seriously here, and your garden should look as good, if not better, when you get back. So enjoy your trip. It's in good hands. It's quite relaxing. I think I understand why people garden now. And now it's time for the home tour. Now, David and Normande told me I could show you anything I'd like, but as you can see by all the photos in the background, this is their personal family home that they have lived in for 28 years. So I'm gonna keep it brief just to be sensitive of their own private space. This is the living room. It's kind of the general sitting room where you would host guests, but this beam above my head is where the extension was made. So this used to be the wall of the front of the house until they added this part, which is pretty useful in a small house like this. I think this is the room I like the most. It's the dining room, but it kind of feels like a museum piece. Like I shouldn't touch anything. This is the master bedroom, but we'll get there later. This is the bathroom. Hey, hey, hey! It's cute and quaint, has everything you need. And this is the kitchen. Not as antique or vintage feeling as the rest of the house. It has a stainless steel fridge and, you know, appliances that do everything you need. But the best part is your view of the North Shore Mountains and the ships coming and going underneath the Lionsgate Bridge. This is the real dining room. And again, with big windows and looking right out on the seawall. I mean, if you're passing by and you look closely enough, you might be able to see me having breakfast or getting some work done. Okay, let's head downstairs. All right, come on. Through a sitting room, watch your head. So this is kind of like an office in the basement, significantly cooler than upstairs, which means it's probably a good place for me to get some work done in the summertime. This is office number 2, but also guest room number 1. And this, again, just like it's out of a museum piece, is guest room number 2. I really do love all this original furniture. So much character, so unique, and so well maintained. But of course, the reason we're all here is for the outdoor space, is because we're in Stanley Park. But with that being said, I do appreciate how clean the house is, as well as how warm it feels. It really feels like a family's lived there. Okay, if this is your first time here and you have no idea who I am, my name is Mike. I'm born and raised here in Vancouver, so it is absolutely not lost on me how unique and rare of a situation I find myself in, that I'm living in the only house in Stanley Park. And if you're in Vancouver, or if you've been to Vancouver and you like Stanley Park, but you want to know more about what it's like to live here, I'm going to try all of the food and all of the restaurants in Stanley Park. That's what my next videos will be all about. So subscribe if that's what you want to see. Normally my line is, I don't know where I'm going next, but I know I want you there with me. I think we know where I'll be for the next little while. But regardless, I'd love you to join. So subscribe and we'll figure this out together. Now, beyond taking care of the garden for Normande, in order to live here, I do have one other set of responsibilities. I make the 1-minute walk over to Brockton Oval here, and then it's up to me to lock the public washrooms every night. Anyone in here? Locking up? Anyone in here? Hello? Locking up for the night? Empty. Hello? Anyone in here? Anyone in here? Locking up. No one in here? Now we go retrace our steps out, lock the last door behind us, all done. That's it. Not much to it, but I have to do it every night at 5 p.m. Now let's go back to the house and see what else I can show you. So this will be home for me for the next 31 days, and I'm gonna bring you along for every step of the way. What time is it? That's the 9 o'clock gun over there. Oh, it's 8:39 p.m. We have 21 minutes to walk over to the 9 o'clock gun, and it's right around sunset too. Sean and Colleen. Yeah. They just said hi on the seawall. What did you just come from, or where are you off to?
We just had a picnic in the park. We just got into Vancouver today.
Oh, well, you've made good use by coming to a picnic in Stanley Park.
Yeah.
Pretty much best use of a day like today.
It's beautiful, yeah.
We have a big audience here today. It's a perfect time of year where the sun is setting right around the same time that it's going to go off. Gets me every time. I love the reverb sound too. 9 o'clock gun, always worth it. How was that for your first time from Edmonton?
That was really, really cool.
Did it scare you? Like
a little bit, yeah. But it was so good.
Ah, looks like we found the master bedroom. Well, on that note, I think that brings us to the end of our moving day. But remember that next week I'm going to be living in Stanley Park, and I'm going to show you everything there is kind of to do in the area and what it's actually like in this house over the week. So make sure to stick around and hit the subscribe button if you're new. I'm Mike, the channel's DownieLive. We're going to be here next week. See you then.